Welcome. We are doing Grow Your Business using Pinterest. I'm excited to be with you all tonight. So, I have a couple here. If you're tuning in from YouTube or Facebook, make sure you tell me you're here. I can't see you unless you comment. But I'm excited to see you all tonight. I don't want to wait too long, but at the same time, I want to make sure I give people a little bit of a chance to log on before we get started. So I do have a presentation for you tonight, and I know I'm logging on a couple minutes late, so I don't want to wait too long, but I do want to give people a chance to log on. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. If I don't see them right away, I'll be sure to answer them at the end. I'm going to have a little question and answer section. But I'm excited you're here. So, like I said, I'm just going to give another minute or two for people to log on, and then I'll go ahead and get started. So, I see a couple of you are here tonight, and we're here last night when we talked about using Pinterest for affiliate marketing. So, some of the information might be similar tonight, but I did do a whole different presentation. So, hopefully, you'll get some new stuff as well. And I have not forgotten about you for the email I said I was sending yesterday. Just today at work kicked my rear. It's days like today that I'm like, see, this is why I needed a side hustle that I wanted to become a full-time job so that I wouldn't have to keep doing this, because today kicked my butt. But most days I do love my job. And I loved it today too, just was a little busy. So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I don't want to keep you all waiting. But if people get on, I can always repeat. So, we are doing Grow Your Business using Pinterest tonight. I am Kaylee Roller. I'm realizing that I did not put my slide of myself in. I usually have a slide where I tell a little bit about myself. So really quick, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm Kaylee Roller. I run 2 blogs. I've been doing affiliate marketing for a little more than a year and a half, or I guess about a year and a half at this point. But I run 2 blogs. One that is directed totally at just, beauty, fashion, like lifestyle stuff. And I do the majority of my affiliate marketing that way. But as I was learning so much about this and like how to market that blog and those affiliate links, I was learning so much about the business and I was really intrigued by it. I was really excited by learning these things. And y'all, if you saw, or my husband saw the amount of money I have put out in trainings, like for myself, that I've trained with other people, other coaches. I think jaws would drop to the floor. My husband would probably cut my credit card off. I have spent entirely too much on it. And that's why I work so hard to give y'all so much for free and try to educate you with things that I've learned and give you the tips and the lines to my favorite trainings, because I have easily spent tens of thousands of dollars on trainings at this point. And some of them were worth it. Some of them I would absolutely say, get that. Be sorry. Some of them I'm like, that was money wasted. And then there's probably some that are still sitting there that I forgot I even bought that I need to go back and do. So, so I try to do this to help you guys learn and help you, get ahead, because I kind of did it, had to pull up my bootstraps and figure it out for myself. And I want to help other people be able to figure it out. So that's a little bit about me. I'm really passionate about just growing your business and like the way marketing can help. I am a full-time counselor. Some of you who've done stuff with me before heard me say that I'm a full-time counselor. I work in a school. I also do some private practice therapy. I started this as a side hustle in hopes that I could maybe cut back on some of my like therapy that I do in the evenings in addition to my job. I thought, well, this would be a little bit more fun. It's something I can do while I'm sitting on the couch watching TV with my husband, blogging and marketing and stuff like that, instead of having to come home and be on the phone with clients. But it is something that I would love to see turn into a full-time job. And really, I have made enough that I probably could do that. It's just that I still really love counseling. Like I said, I love counseling, except for days like today when I'm just really exhausted and swamped. So that's a little bit about me and why I do this and how I got here. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the presentation. about how Pinterest can help you grow your business. So, how can Pinterest help you grow your business? Well, there's lots of ways and lots of reasons why Pinterest is a really great platform for growing your business. So, here are some, little statistics. So, there's high user engagement. Pinterest boasts over 460 million active users, huge. So that makes it a platform with a large and engaged audience. Shopping intent. 98% of Pinterest users report trying new things they discover on Pinterest, indicating a high level of purchase intent. And we talked about this last time when I did my training. If you are someone who has ever gone on Pinterest for anything, I bet you can tell me that you don't ever go on Pinterest just to scroll. Like, I would bet money that most people don't go on Pinterest like we do on TikTok and Instagram just to scroll. They go on Pinterest for something specific. I went on Pinterest yesterday because I wanted to find a fall outfit. I went on Pinterest today because I'm going to get my nails done next week. I wanted a new nail design. Like, I go on Pinterest for a reason. And that's why most people go on Pinterest. So the great thing about that is that means they're looking for things. So if they find your thing, they're more likely to buy it than someone who's on TikTok just scrolling and they see a video of something you have and they're like, oh, that's kind of cool, but then they keep scrolling, right? Visual discovery. Pinterest is often used for visual discovery, with 85% of users using the platform to plan purchases. That's why it's an excellent platform for showcasing products and services. And global reach. It's a global platform. It's got 50% of new users coming from outside of the United States, which means you can reach an international audience if you want to. I see a couple people have joined tonight, so thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to talk with you. I just want to make sure to let you know you're welcome to drop any questions in the chat. If I don't see them right away, I'll see them before the end, and I will have a section, a time at the end to answer any questions. So don't feel like you won't get them answered, because you will. Influence on purchase decisions. 83% of weekly pinners have made a purchase based on content they saw from brands on Pinterest. That's huge, especially if you're wanting to sell on Pinterest. Long-term impact. Pins have compared to other social media posts. Average pin is repinned 11 times and can continue to drive traffic and engagement for months. I was telling them last night in the training, so for those of you who didn't hear this, last night we did training on Pinterest, using Pinterest to grow your affiliate marketing income. And I was telling them last night, I pinned like way back, started my blog and my business and all these things. That was probably, a year and a half ago-ish. I made a sale week, and I was that pin months later, over a year later. So, and that is something that can happen with Pinterest that you don't see on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all those things. So, mobile friendly. 85% of Pinterest searches happen on a mobile device, making a platform well suited for mobile marketing strategies. That also means, though, that wherever you're directing them to needs to be mobile friendly, because most people are using it on their mobile device. So if you are directing them to a website that is not mobile friendly, you're going to lose customers. So make sure you think about that as you're doing it. High quality traffic. Pinterest is a significant source of referral traffic. It drives traffic to websites more than Twitter, LinkedIn, and Reddit combined, which is crazy. I guess it's not supposed to be Twitter. It's supposed to be X. I'm still getting used to that, and I think it's weird, but that's a So Pinterest has a predominantly female base, and we're going to talk in a minute about the niches that do really well on Pinterest. But do keep in mind that it is predominantly female. So if you are somebody who is targeting the male audience, this may not be as great a platform for you. However, the platform is diversifying and gaining more male users. I do believe that that is true. So I believe that that may change in the years to come. And that being said, that doesn't mean you shouldn't use Pinterest if you are targeting men. In fact, I think you should go ahead and use it because, like I said, the platform is changing and you want to be ahead of the 8 ball. E-commerce integration. So Pinterest offers an e-commerce features like shop and look and the buyable pins, allowing users to shop directly from the platform, reducing friction in the purchasing process, which we always want, right? Rich pins, they can provide real-time pricing and availability information, making them valuable for businesses selling products online. Of course, then you have promoted pins, which is that, basically you're paying for ads on them. Like I told everybody last night, though, you do not have to do promoted pins. I talk about them because they're there and they're available to you and they can be valuable. And if you have the money to spend on promoted pins, if you have the money to do some marketing, I do believe that Pinterest is one of the better places to do a marketing ad. However, you don't have to do that. Like you can just do organic reach. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, well, I can only do this if I want to pay to play. And that's not true. Pinner's mindset. Users come to Pinterest with a discovery, seeking new ideas, new products, which align well with businesses looking to introduce innovative offerings. Okay, so there are lots of successful niches on Pinterest. I think we all know that the biggest ones are going to be home decor and interior design, fashion and style, food and recipes, travel and adventure, DIY crafts, health and fitness, and beauty and makeup. Wedding and events, I think, is up there too. But parenting and family is also big, gardening and landscaping, education and learning, art and photography, tech and gadgets, finance and money management, pet care, hobbies and special interests, environmental and sustainability, and entertainment and pop culture. The other great thing about Pinterest is, and if you are a Pinterest user, you know this. Once you have searched things on Pinterest, once you've started pinning things, you are going to see more and more things like what you have looked for in your feed. For them does. So they are going to cater to people, which is also why it's important to do keywords, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So business profile or personal. And we talked about this some last night. So, I know for some of you guys, this is a repeat, but you do want to have a business profile. With most other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you tend to want a personal or a creator, because if you have a business one, you tend to find that your stuff doesn't get pushed out organically as much. It is very commonly known that business pages on Facebook don't get pushed out like a personal page does because they want you to pay to play. Well, that's not the way that it works at Pinterest. So you do want a business account. And there's lots of reasons. You have access to business tools, you have rich pins, you have the professional appearance, you can claim your website. All those things are really important to be able to get the most out of your account. You also get the Pinterest analytics, you get business categories, you get promoted pins. Also richer content, legal and policy compliance, and customer support. So they offer you a wide range of things that you don't get in a personal account that are very helpful in growing your account, especially in growing your account organically. Things like the being able to validate your website. That may sound like, well, why is that important? Well, that's important because I want you to think about it. If you don't know someone and you go to their page, are you hesitant at all to click on a website link? These days I am, because I don't want my accounts hacked. I don't want you just don't know. So when you can verify that website, that tells users that you're reliable, you're trustworthy, that Pinterest is okay with you. So that's important. There are also some features like Pinterest shopping and collaborative features. So if you're an e-commerce business, the business profile allows you to use Pinterest shopping features such as shop the look and buyable pins. That's huge. Like if you're somebody who has your own products, you want to have Pinterest shopping. I mean, you want to have those shoppable links. And you also have collaborative features. So business profiles can collaborate with other businesses and join group boards and engage in collaborative marketing efforts more effectively. I'm interested to see where group boards go. Those have become far less important and far less valuable in recent, I guess, months, maybe a year or a little bit more. I feel like when I started my business about a year and a half ago, I was still hearing about group boards, but even then it was already coming down. So I'm interested to see where it goes, because Pinterest keeps telling us they want us to do it, which is a hint that it might be coming back, but I'm not seeing the evidence of that yet. So that'll be interesting. So for optimizing your business profile, there's a couple of things that you want to make sure that you do. You want to complete your profile. I mean, that's for starters. So you want to make sure you have filled out all the profile details, including a clear profile picture, keyword-rich username, and a compelling bio that describes your brand and what you offer. When we're done, I can take you and show you my Pinterest page and for my beauty blog and show you like my name. It says like Kaylee Sue, beauty blogger, quick, easy makeup tips. Like it has keywords right there in my title. And then my bio also has keywords as well as describing what I offer. So those are important. Again, you want to claim your website, which of course we just talked about. The keyword optimization is huge. You want to use relevant keywords in your profile description, your board title, your pin description. So all of those things. And then high quality profile picture. So this doesn't mean you have to have like a professional picture done. Although in this day and age, that's becoming easier and easier. Some tips I have for getting a high quality professional picture, if you want to do that, watch your local community pages. You'll have photographers who will do like mini sessions where maybe you pay, you know, 50 bucks or 100 bucks for a mini session that's only 10 minutes long. You bring one outfit and they snap a bunch of pictures of you. That's a great way to get a headshot for relatively cheap. And you'll have several different pictures you can use for your website and your marketing. You might also see, like, if you have new photographers, like if you live in an area that either has a college, or even if you don't, you can have an area, if there's a new photographer, they're going to probably put out and say like, hey, I'm either doing discounted or free sessions so that you can come out and do this because I'm going to use them for my portfolio. That's a great way to do it. But honestly, y'all, with the way that iPhones are going, you can take what appears to be absolutely a professional photo without ever having to go to anyone. So, the only thing I would recommend is like have somebody else take it. Like have somebody else take it, grab some presets, which you can grab presets for relatively cheap. I mean, like I'm talking less than 10 bucks on Etsy, and do just use the presets and do the colors. So there's really easy ways to get high quality profile pictures that don't require a lot of money. You want to create themed boards. So the thing you don't want to do in your business that you do on your personal Pinterest is you don't want to have like you don't want to have a nail board and a fall fashion board and a Christmas decorations board. Like you want all of your boards to go with what you're doing. So like if you go to my beauty page, all of my boards have to do with like skincare, makeup, a few fashion things, but like they all go in that same kind of vein. If you go to my business Pinterest account where I'm teaching, where I'm helping people learn about how to run their business and how to promote their business and marketing, all of them are in that vein. So I don't have anything about beauty on that page. It's all just that. All right. You want to use board covers and you want to make sure you're being consistent. This can be hard. I mean, consistency can be hard because that means you're posting every day or every other day or whatever. I really like Tailwind for that. It makes my life much easier, but that's a personal preference and certainly not something you have to do, but it's definitely my preference. So let's see. So make sure you pin high quality, relevant content. Make sure you pin from a variety of sources. So you also want to pin from other people. You don't want to just have your own pins. You want to pin other relevant content from other people that are doing similar things to you. Use rich pins and then engage with your audience. If people comment or whatever, you want to make sure you're commenting back. Make sure you create fresh content. So regularly creating new original pins. A quick tip I had for that I was sharing last night is I keep all my pins in Canva. So, and what I typically do is like if I'm going to pin about, say I'm going to pin about a new blog post, I might make a run of say 30 pins that are all similar-ish, like they're all in the same style vein. They might be in the same color family. But they're all a bit different, and you can either use templates on Canva, or I love to go buy, you can buy pretty cheap templates on Etsy. Like you can buy, shoot, there's been ones that I've bought that's like you get 100 pins for 15 bucks. And like I'll take that 100 pins and I will make it into my blog post ones, but I'll use those same pins, like I'll use that same template for 4 or 5 other things too, because they're all going to be different because they're going to have different wording and whatever. So I like to do that. There's also a membership that I'm in that I pay a little bit monthly and I get free pin templates every month, which is super helpful. And that is definitely worth the money to me. But that's how I do it. And then I create all of them. And then what I might do is I might go back after I've created 30 pins for the same blog post. I might go back and swap all the pictures out. Now I've just created 30 more new pins, which is pretty cool. And then I might go in and swap the pictures out and change the colors. And then I've created 30 more pins. So that's a quick, easy way. Like the hardest part is that initial 30. Once you have that initial 30, swapping out a few things on Canva is super easy and makes you new pins. So you can end up making 30 more and 30 more in only a few minutes after that. Leverage trends, keep an eye on trending topics and keywords within your niche and create pins that align with these trends. And then optimize pin descriptions. So write detailed, keyword rich pin descriptions that provide context and encourage clicks. So you want to make sure you're doing that. Promote your pins. Consider promoting your best performing pins with paid advertising to reach a larger audience. And you don't have to do that, but you can. I can tell you that that was not something I realized though. When I was doing my first promoting my first pins, I just picked 2 pins I liked and started promoting them. And when I talked to my advertising manager, which that is a bonus to having a Pinterest business account, is if you start doing ads on Pinterest, they will give you a ads manager for free, which in most places you have to pay a lot of money for that. So that's awesome. They give it to you for free. They kind of strategize with you and help you think about things, help you get it set up so you're doing it right. And she's like, no, you don't want to just you want to pick ones that are already doing well. They're already resonating with an audience. So let's push them out harder. And I'm like, God, that makes so much sense. But I hadn't thought of that. Collaborate and participate. So again, join the group boards, things like that. Monitor your analytics and stay informed. So here's where we kind of get to the nitty gritty. Ways Pinterest can drive traffic and sales to your business. This is the important stuff. So there's obviously the things like it gives you a chance to educate your audience. You can educate straight through pins. Like if you can have, there's an actually, they call them a specific name, but basically if you have those infographic pins, like for example, if you write a blog, if I was going to write a ways to grow your business on Pinterest, I might make a pin that just says 10 ways to grow your business on Pinterest because I'm wanting them to click on that pin and go to the blog post. But I could also make a pin where I give a synopsis of each of the 10 ways. So 10 ways to grow your business on Pinterest, and then just do the 10 bullets. And they kind of have the majority of the information right there. So I'm educating them. And that's a pin that I don't necessarily want them to click on so much as I want them to save, which that's also an important measurement. Establish yourself as an expert. Pinterest gives you a chance to put stuff out there and establish yourself as an expert, which is really important in growing your business. People buy and engage in business with people that they know, like, and trust. And Pinterest gives you the opportunity to establish that. Also gives you an opportunity to establish an engaged audience. But here's where the big stuff comes in. I put this stuff first. I put the educate your audience, establish yourself as an expert, and build an engaged audience first, because the next 2 things don't matter if you haven't done these 3 things. Okay. So what I don't want you to do is get off this training and go onto Pinterest and just start pinning pins that link to a sales page. Are you going to get some sales? Maybe, but you're not going to build an audience who's going to continue to buy from you. So you're going to have to continue to put the work in, which is not what we want. And I'm not saying if you do it a different way that you won't ever have to work again. That's inaccurate, right? But you don't want to be stuck in the grind. So if all you do is every day pin 10 pins that link directly to a product or a service or whatever that you're trying to sell and build your business on, then you have to continue constantly posting those 10 things because you're not building an audience. You're just getting individual sales. That doesn't help you. What you need to do is you need to build an audience. You need to build an email list so that way, as you are pushing these pins out and you're building this audience and they know, like, and trust you, and that way, anything you send out, they're like, "Ooh, I have to have that." Now you've created lasting income. Now you've put the work in now, and in a couple months, maybe a year, 2 years, whatever, you could put in half the work, a quarter of the work, and still be making as much, if not more, money than you're making right now. So these 3 things are the most important. They are the things you must do first. But then the great thing about Pinterest is it links directly to products. We're going to showcase an amazing product through an aesthetic pin. You're going to create that keyword rich title and description, and then you're going to link directly to the product using your website link or your affiliate link so you get the credit. That is an awesome ability. Like you can put a video, you can put a pin. It really doesn't matter what it is, but you can put it right there on Pinterest, load it up with keywords, reach your target audience, and there's a link right there. If they click on the pin, they're going to something you're selling, whether it's directly through your website or through an affiliate link, and you're getting credit and getting paid for it. So you're making money. That's awesome. But really, for me, I don't know why those pictures aren't showing up. I'm so sorry. They're showing up down here. That's so odd. I don't know if you guys can see them down on the bottom, but they're showing up down there. It's not up here. That's weird. Um, but for me, the biggest thing that Pinterest has helped me with is Pinterest attracts people to your freebie and your email list. Okay. So first you got to have a freebie, right? You got to have a freebie. You've got to have an email list. Um, if you need to know how to do that, that's something that I'm working on a training for right now, because it is a very, very valuable, important skill in any business. But you're going to pin about your freebie. You're going to link it to your page. So you're going to link it to your landing page. And now everybody who clicks and signs up for the freebie ends up on your email list. Now you can sell it to those people anytime. That is so, so important because now you don't have to rely on Pinterest. Every time somebody comes onto your email list from Pinterest, now you own that contact, right? Because on Pinterest, you just like the other platforms, you don't own that. They can shut you down at any time. That's why you want to get them from Pinterest to your email list. And that's why it's really important to go back and do what we talked about first is you want to educate your audience, establish an engaged audience so that they end up on your email list and you are able to email them out. Think about it. If you're emailing out every week with an offer, even if 1% of your people are buying every week when you email out with an offer, that's going to be much better money than if you're trying to push out 10, 20 pins a day with a link. So again, not saying you don't do that. You definitely do that. But the bigger thing you're wanting to do on Pinterest is you're wanting to educate your audience, establish yourself as an expert, build an engaged audience, link them to your freebie, get them on your email list. That's how you're growing your business. So tips to maximize your organic reach on Pinterest using keywords. You've got to use keywords. Pinterest is a search engine. It is not a social media platform. Use clear language. Use clear descriptive language to improve your search performance. Once somebody told me that you have to write it in a way that a third grader could read. And that's true because you want it to be basic. You want to take all the fluff out. Focus on image quality. So the more interesting the image of the post, the more engagement you'll gain. Okay. You want to have interesting images. Create those boards. Make sure you're using keywords in your board names and descriptions. Make sure you optimize your profile, which I already told you how to do. And you want to increase your repins because repinning often and engaging with other boards can increase your reach. So you want to be pinning, again, relevant things. So on my business page, like on my profile where I post my business tips, I'm not going to be repinning any beauty stuff like I would on my other one. Okay. So on my business one, I'm only going to be repinning valuable resources that people who are looking for advice to market and grow their business would be looking for. They're probably not looking for fall outfits. I mean, maybe they are, but that doesn't belong on that board. Okay. So make sure you increase your repins, but you're doing it with, a target. And the biggest one, create pins that direct to a valuable resource. So the biggest thing that you have to do on Pinterest is you have to create those pins that go directly to a valuable resource, whether it is a link where somebody's going to buy something or whether it is your freebie. You have to do that. That's where you gain the most value on Pinterest. So that is all in the presentation, but I'm happy to answer your questions and I'm happy to show you some stuff on Pinterest if you want to see it. But really quick, we can connect. That is my Instagram if you want to be able to keep up with me there. I always post new business stuff and reels there. I do have a Facebook group for business, so that's there. That's the QR code. And then I don't know how many of you are in affiliate marketing, but if any of you are in affiliate marketing or want to be, I do have a free guide. So I added that there for you. And that will also show you how a funnel works because that will lead you to my funnel. So you click there, you give me your email, then you get the free guide and you'll see how that trails off. So, and that's how I move people from, things like this so that I have access to them so that I can send them other things. Now, a lot of what I send in from this free guide is going to be just sharing information with you because that's how we do it. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for now and open it up. So if you have any questions, go ahead, drop them in the chat. If there's something you want to see, let me know. I should have warned you guys. While I wish that this had like alcohol in it, it doesn't. After the day I've had, I'm like, I wish this had like bourbon in it, but it doesn't. This is my gut health drink. So this is me being healthy with my life. All right. If we don't have any questions, we can go, but I just wanted to see if anybody had any questions, give you time to ask if there's anything you need or if there's anything you want to see. Would anybody like to see the way my Pinterest is set up? Would that be helpful? Okay. Oh, Jamie, how can I improve people clicking the link in a pin? We are seeing saves but not click throughs. Okay. Um, well, my first inclination would be that you're not enticing them enough. That it's one of those things where it's like, "Ooh, this is cute, but I'll save it for later." You want to entice them enough that they're like, I gotta click on this right now. Like, I can't just wait, I gotta click on it." Um, Also, I would make sure you're not giving if you're wanting them to click through to a page, I would make sure you're not giving away too much in the thing. So, like, I'm thinking about, like, myself, if I'm going to look for nail designs and they give me the nail design in the pin, well, guess what? I'm not necessarily clicking on it. So they're not gonna get the click-through rate. They're gonna get the save, but they're not gonna get the click-through rate. Um, which saving is still when you are they going to, like, a blog, or are they going to, like, a place to buy something? Where are they going? A blog, okay. If you want, you're welcome to email me a couple of pins that you have seen clicks on and no click-throughs. You're welcome to send me a few, and I'd be happy to tell you what I think and just say, like, "This is my thoughts on why they're not clicking through." I mean, I'm just giving you my thoughts. I'm not, I obviously can't read people's minds, um, but I can tell you what my thoughts are, like, why they may not be clicking through to it. But you're welcome to email me that if you want to. Okay. Are there any other questions? I see a couple other people hanging out. I think Doreen, I think you were here last night, so you may not have any questions. I don't know, John, do you have any questions? You're welcome. I love talking about this. I enjoy it. So, okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and get off then. What I am going to do is I still have to send the email from last night, but I'm going to send you an email. If you want to do a deeper dive into this, like I said, I've spent tens of thousands on trainings, and I will be very honest with you about what's worth it and what's not. My favorite training is a Pinterest. It's called Pinterest Strategies 2.0, and it does a deep dive into how to do the best keyword research and how to optimize your profile the best and all these things. And Carly is fabulous. She also sends out weekly emails with like different tips. So she's great. And she's actually offering anybody who signs up on my link this week a 25% off discount. So you do have a chance to get a discount on it if this is something you want to do a deeper dive on. So I'm happy to send you guys that link in case that's something you want to do. But otherwise, I will send you an email with some resources, and I hope to see you on my business page. I hope to see you on Instagram, because I love to connect with people. And Jamie, definitely shoot me over those pins on my email, and I'll be happy to look at them and tell you what I think. Okay. I'll drop my email in the chat just in case. I think it is somewhere, but just in case it's not. Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a great night.